forgot to braid this entire piece. Wow. So I decided to get myself into weight loss injections. Some of you may have an opinion about that, and some of you may not. Some of you may really be interested maybe in doing them for your own weight loss journey. But due to some unforeseen circumstances this year, oh my God, the Stanley is way too big. Like, what the hell? Due to some just like unforeseen circumstances and things outside of my control, I weigh the most I have ever weighed in my entire life. Now, a little bit of a backstory. I have always had thyroid issues. I've had thyroid issues since I've had thyroiditis, or like whatever it's called, since I was about 15 years old. My thyroid went hyperactive, and it was really bad. I was in high school and I had to be homeschooled, and I weighed maybe like 100 pounds. My anxiety and depression, that's pretty much like where it got like worse. And I was basically like at one of like my all-time lows when I was sick with my hyperactive thyroid. Took some medicine for some odd amount of months, and it balanced itself out. And then it wasn't until I turned 30, and it was like during COVID, I started to have like certain symptoms again. And whenever my thyroid goes out of whack, it swells in my throat and I can feel it. And it makes me feel like it's like this gagging feeling, because it's like this heavy weight in your throat. And anyone with thyroid issues knows exactly like what I'm talking about. I felt that during COVID, and I was like, I'm wondering if my thyroid has gone a little crazy again, because my depression and anxiety were getting worse, and I thought maybe it was just like from the pandemic and like not working. But it ended up being because I was in hypoactive, like an underactive. So I was hyper when I was younger. My thyroid then went hypo as of like a few years ago. Fast forward till like kind of like more in like the last like year or two, I have had tests done. I've had like consistent tests done, and I ended up with Hashimoto's. And Hashimoto's is the disease you have where your body is basically attacking your thyroid and making it want to go into hypoactive. So there's two different diseases you can have with your thyroid. There's Graves' disease, which I thought I was going to end up with when I was in hyperactive, because that disease is basically it's your body fighting your thyroid into hyperactive. And then Hashimoto's is where your body is fighting your thyroid into hypoactive. So long story short, I ended up with Hashimoto's, and I don't know why my thyroid was ever hyperactive, but I ended up with Hashimoto's, and it's basically my body has just been fighting it into hypoactive. So that's just kind of like the backstory. 2023, I was in the beginning of 2023, so end of 2022, beginning of 2023, I was slightly in hypo and gaining some weight, because that's one of the side effects of hypoactive. Everything, basically hyperactive is when your body is just speeds up. It's anxiety, heart palpitations, very high metabolism, no appetite. Like, it's just like your body's in hyperactive mode. And then hypoactive is basically when your body slows down too much, your metabolism goes down, you get more lethargic, you have fatigue, you get more depressed, things like that. So I was kind of feeling that towards the end of last year, and then I was kind of like gaining weight. I'm like, something right. And I was feeling my thyroid again, swelling in my throat. And I'm like, all right, something right. Ended up in hypo, got on meds, was balanced out. Took me about 3 months to lose 8 pounds. By March of 2023, I was at my 8-pound mark. I was feeling good. I decided to fracture my ankle, and I was out of commission for like 14 weeks. Even to this day, like, I still can't go like 100%. Like, I could run easy 10K back then, and then now it's like I can maybe run 10 minutes without my ankle hurting, basically. Oh, there's a spot right there. Damn it. Actually, I'm at Target and I have to grab a few things, so BRB. Okay. Okay. Okay, so anyway, as I was saying, when I broke my ankle, fractured or whatever, I see it as the same thing because it was just honestly terrible. I had to be out. Obviously, all of my hair literally just fell out. Like, can we not? Oh my God. Anyway, I was out of commission basically for 14 weeks, so I couldn't work out. In that time, my thyroid decided to go hypoactive again. And it was pretty bad hypoactive this time. Like, the levels are like way more off balance than they were like previously. Had my blood work and stuff done. My doctor's like, okay, he didn't want to put me on weight loss medicine in January when I had went previously because he just didn't want to do it. He's like, let's just try to do it naturally and see if maybe upping your meds or putting you on levothyroxine, because that's the medicine for hypoactive, will help. And then last resort, we'll put you on weight loss meds. Fast forward this time, I was out of commission physically. My thyroid was basically just going berserk on its own. I was rebranding my entire business, working for 2 other brands, plus running a business, plus planning the surprise party for my husband, plus we had travel plans. And if you know anything about me, you know I hate traveling. I'm a really bad traveler. I'm a really bad anticipator up to the traveling. Usually the traveling, I'm fine. It's the stress and anxiety prior to the traveling that gets me. So I was under like the most stress that I've probably felt in years. So literally my body was like, yeah, no, we're just gonna quit on you. It's just gonna quit, basically. In the past couple years, I've gained probably about 50 pounds. I hide it very well. When I tell people I weigh over 200 pounds, because I do, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I've always been a thick girl, and I have always been more athletic built. I'm built like, I have the shape of my mom, but I have like the muscle and bone mass of my dad. My dad is very athletic. So, yeah, I have always been bigger, and I understand that just because it's a number doesn't mean that you're like obese or you're overweight or whatever. Your weight is just a number, and that doesn't matter. However, in the past, I have been a healthy weight, and I know that I've been a healthy weight, but I literally weigh over 200 pounds now. And I also understand that in the past 6 to 7 months, I have gone through literally everything opposite of what a healthy body should basically be going through. Honestly, I hate my body. I don't even recognize the body that I live in, and mentally, it is taxing. Mentally, it is a complete and utter just like mind because I can't even really put into words the amount of like hatred I have for it and how depressing it is. Like, it is just so depressing. Even when you have a thyroid issue, you can lose weight, but it's a lot harder for you to lose weight than it is maybe like the typical person. For me, the thought of having to regulate every single meal I eat, regulate every single workout I do to try to get the maximum like calories burned and the healthiest whatever, that gives me so much anxiety that it just makes my stress worse. Like, the thought of trying to get healthy is like, oh, another freaking thing on my plate that I just have to worry about, and I just don't want to have to worry about it, basically. Oh my God, Starbucks is an actual cluster, and honestly, like, I have my appointment in 5 minutes, and I'm like, nothing is going right today. Literally nothing. And I'm due for my period, so blessings. Pause again, I need coffee. We're good. I may be like 5 minutes late, but I needed coffee and I also need to fix this damn hair. Who do I think I am? So long story short, I know I'm babbling, but there's just so many things that are out of my control right now, making me gain so much weight. And honestly, the thought of gaining weight just makes me more stressed, which inevitably could make me gain more weight. It's pretty much what it comes down to. I definitely just spit all over myself when I just talk, so like, ew. So I am going to see my physician's assistant who does all of like my Botox and my filler for me, Julia. I used to work with her and she's someone that I trust. This hair though. She's someone that I trust, and I'm just doing a consult. I have not started injections yet. But everyone that I know who has started them has had a very amazing like success story. And honestly, like, I was talking to my therapist about it yesterday, and I'm honestly like, I just need something to like kick me in the ass. Like, I need something to like light the fire under me and just be like, oh look, okay, I feel better about myself, so I actually want to work on myself, because this is not only a physical thing, this is very much a psychological thing. Like, when I look in the mirror, I hate myself. That hate is then internalized, and then when I internalize it, it turns into negative energy. It turns into like low motivation, and I don't want to work on myself. So personally, anyone who's decided to do this has honestly made an investment in themselves to better themselves. And once you start to see the results, it can act as like a motivator to get your ass up and start moving. I'm gonna see how this goes and just talk to Julia and just see like, you know, what the side effects are, if there's any dangers, if I can even afford it. Honestly, because I definitely don't think insurance is gonna cover it for me. That's for damn sure. I'm gonna bring you guys on this journey with me. And see where it takes me, and see if there's, I don't know. I'm honestly very scared and very nervous, but like, I'm also excited because like, I can finally maybe start loving myself again and using that as my energy to motivate myself, to actually want to move my body, to actually maybe want to eat healthier. I don't know. This is oat milk, by the way. This isn't like cream or anything, okay? It's just oat milk and espresso. So, yeah. All right, here we go. All right.
I want you to do the consent. The main thing is, if anything, you notice anything, you text me, you call me.
Right.
So we can go over, we can talk about it.
Okay.
Because I don't want you out there thinking, well, or just suffering through something.
Right.
There's
right.
no sense in suffering through something if we can do something about it. The medication, as you know, there's two.
Okay.
One there is called semaglutide.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is tirzepatide.
Okay.
Semaglutide is similar to your equivalent for Ozempic. Same compound.
Gotcha.
Basically.
Okay.
What this company does is it adds this other compound with it to help with GI distress. Because a lot of times when you're taking these peptides, a lot of people complain of nausea, vomiting, indigestion.
Right.
So this kind of helps calm it. But however, there are some people that still experience it. So for those, if you have indigestion or something like that, I tell them to get some Pepcid.
Right.
Or they can get Prilosec over the counter. Usually I see that in the first week.
Right.
With people. So I just tell them, pick up the Prilosec.
Right.
Take
Have
one
it just
day.
in case. Right.
Yeah, just take it. And then it usually fades away.
Gotcha. Oh, so the more you get injections, the side effects kind of like dissipate a little bit.
As far as with the nausea.
Like the nausea and stuff, like heartburn or whatever.
Right.
Gotcha.
That's the Ozempic. There are different doses. And every 4 weeks, you'll see the doses up there that they talk about.
Right.
Every 4 weeks, that dose should go up if you can tolerate it. What I do to people is I will keep them on one dose until I see there's an issue where they're not losing weight.
Right.
Because it makes no sense to up your dose if you're consistently losing weight.
Right, yeah, like
Right?
why put more into your body if you don't need it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
One, like I said, is Ozempic. The other, similar to Ozempic. The other one is tirzepatide.
Right.
That's similar to your Mounjaro,
Which is the Wegovy, right?
which is like that.
Like
yes.
kind of like okay.
That one, a lot of people like better because it seems to help people lose weight better. What I usually do is I'll usually start you out on the semaglutide.
Okay.
And then if I see that that is not working and you're putting in your effort, then I'll switch it over. Some people have more of a challenge in eating right, exercising,
Right.
that type of thing,
Mm-hmm.
and relaxation and getting sleep. Those 4 things, and hydrating.
Yeah.
Hydrating with this medication is extremely, extremely important
Okay.
because I've noticed that it takes the appetite, and sometimes that also can affect the thirst.
Right.
And so people don't drink, especially if they don't drink already. They don't drink, they don't have the desire,
Right.
and that's not good because now we're going to dehydrate you,
Yeah.
and that can affect your kidney functions.
That's what I'm afraid of. So my thing is like, how does this work if I'm not eating as much, if it's an appetite suppressant? Like I already drink a lot of water in a day, so the water I'm not too worried about. For me, it's the blood sugar. If I'm not eating enough, or if it's suppressing my appetite and I'm just not hungry, then how do I know I'm getting the sufficient amount of sugar and nutrients into my body? And if I don't feel that, like, that's what I'm worried about. Is it like almost numbing that part of me that I'm not eating enough to be nutrient like enough for my body? So where
what
like
people will do is this: they will take the medication and not eat. My problem that I have with that, and what I tell them, if you're not going to eat or you forget that you're eating, then do it as an intermittent fast.
Okay.
Meaning that in the evening from about 7 o'clock until lunchtime. Then regardless, at lunchtime, you've got to eat. And so you eat from that 12 o'clock hour to that 6 or 7 o'clock
okay,
hour.
Gotcha.
8 hours of where
Of
you
eating
can eat
or whatever.
Just don't gorge yourself, and try to eat something that is balanced. And everybody's idea of balance is different.
It's different, right? So what's your idea of balance?
My idea of balance is to make sure that you're getting the main macronutrients that you need. You're getting your carbs, you're getting your protein, you're getting some fat.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So that's what you need to do.
Right.
The carbs, they say, keep lower. I would pull the carbs from your vegetables.
Okay.
Leave the fruits alone right now.
Okay.
Or if you have them, sparingly.
Is that just because of the
Because
sugar?
it's gonna click. Yes. If I see, and if you see that, oh my God, I didn't eat, and you start like shaking and stuff like that, then I want you to have a carb.
Carb is like less.
Like I'm gonna have this whole pizza.
Right.
Carb.
Yeah, 'cause that's me. That's me. I'm like, no, give me pizza. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, oh my God. Because, like, that's me. I love carbs. Like, I'm Italian. So, like, right away, I'm like, oh, I want pasta. I want meatballs.
Get your, right. I was thinking about making that tonight.
Right.
But, you know, they have all these different pastas.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
They have vegetable-based pastas.
Yeah.
That you can do.
So it's switching out the carbs.
Right. It's for better carbs.
Gotcha.
Better choices, so that it'll help fuel you.
Right.
Because you want to make sure you get the fuel that you need. So that's how I usually counsel, so that people know what I expect them to eat. I don't want you to think, oh, I'm having 1,000 calories and I'm supposed to have so many a week. Now if I go over that, I'm gonna gain weight. There's some people that are eating less than that and gaining weight.
Right.
So how in the world is that calories in, calories out?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that contribute to our weight in general.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Whether we gain it or lose it. It's our relationships. It's not just food. It's what's going on in our body. It's those hormones that you talked about.
Yep.
Okay? Because if that's out of whack, you're out of whack. The thyroid is gone crazy.
Yeah.
What's it gonna make you do? Then you have friends, you have family. All that kicks in and contributes to how we deal with food and
Right.
how our body deals with food. My thing is, let's look at this, let's see what works for your body. And I also want you to have the mindset of this is a journey. It's not a destination to that number.
Right.
All right? Because what happens if that number never manifests?
That's true.
Or what happens if it manifests, but it manifests a year from now? So you can't look at, oh, I took the shot. This week I lost 5 pounds, right? And then next week, oh my God, I lost a pound. The following, I'm not losing nothing.
Right.
And then just give up, because now you've abandoned ship. You're not getting to that goal.
Right.
It's going to take time, whether it's this modality or another modality.
Right.
You know, because everything doesn't work for everybody.
No, fair. That's fair.
But I don't want you to think, oh, well, I've taken, this shot for a month. It's not working. I am a stickler when it comes to people acting as if they're addicted. I've had to wean people off of the medication because of their fear, and they've gotten addicted. I take this shot, it takes my appetite away. I'm good.
Right.
Because there comes a point in time you can't live forever on the medication. At some point in time, you're going to have to come off. That's letting me know and letting you know. At that point in time, when it's time to wean you, you should be at the point where you have more control.
Gotcha.
Where
And that's
you
with
have
diet,
incorporated-
exercise,
Right.
like,
Your lifestyle should be different. So we're looking to change a lifestyle.
right, not just be on this med and have it
Right.
be the magic.
Because
Fix
guess
all.
what? It's just like anything else. You stop it, it'll stay off for a while, but eventually, if you start with the same habits again,
Right.
it's going to come
Right.
back.
If you don't change that lifestyle, it's going to come back.
We want to give you more of a healthy lifestyle
Right.
and have you be able to go out on your own and say, okay, I'm happy at this weight. I don't care what that weight is.
Right.
That weight for you, because you may say, I just want to lose 20 pounds. If that's where you're happy at, I'm happy with you.
Right.
But I want you to be able to maintain that. I need you to buy into what is good for Jen.
My concern is this the right option for me, or is it because now I'm thinking after I'm done these meds, I'm probably going to be that person that's like, why am I gaining weight back if I'm not keeping with that like healthy lifestyle, then I'm only going to just end up hurting myself again in the end. You know what I mean? Like, is this a physical thing I need to work on, or is this more of a mental thing that I need to work on?
I think it's both. Weight loss is not just one thing. There is a psychology.
There is.
to
It's
it.
so fascinating.
Now that I've lost this weight, how is that going to affect my relationships? How is that going to affect me in my relationships?
Right.
How is it going to affect the other person that now has to deal with me as I am instead of as I was?
Yeah.
Because you're going to change along the way. And the change is for your benefit.
Right.
It's for your
But should be
betterment.
for your benefit, not
Right.
anyone else's, Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But how are they perceiving that?
Right.
And at what point do you step back and say, that's their perception, this is my perception,
Right.
if it's made me healthier,
Right.
if I'm happier? There's a lot of things that you have to look at. And a lot of times, like when we talk or when we meet, it may not be about food. Of course, I'm going to ask you. It may just be, I had this hard week this week. So-and-so got on my nerves. Those are the things that eat at us, that cause us to eat. Now, sometimes we sabotage our own self. Okay?
That's me.
Yeah. And we do that knowingly. And then sometimes not knowing. We're not going to be perfect. Let me never ever do it again.
Right.
But it's getting to the point that we recognize, oh wow, you know what? Yeah, I don't want this. Why? Because I don't want the results that's going to bring me.
Right. Exactly. It's
And I'm
making
not
that
going
choice.
down that rabbit hole again.
Yes. See, this is what I was worried about. I think I need to get on a better page psychologically and do the healthy lifestyle prior to the injections. Because I need to know that I can maintain that after the injections and not just look at this as like a quick fix. It's an extra push to something that I want. But if I'm not going to maintain it, then this would be a waste. Because I don't eat right. Like, did I have oatmeal this morning for breakfast? Yeah, absolutely. But did I also have a leftover blueberry scone from Starbucks? Absolutely. Like, should I, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, I just don't eat enough whole foods. Honestly, it's overwhelming because I'm always scared that I'm going to look at something and be like, this is healthy, this isn't. And if I go for the this isn't, then I've sabotaged myself and I give up. I'm scared it's going to be a waste. I'm going to spend all this money on these injections and it's going to help me lose weight. And then I'm going to end up gaining it back because I didn't prepare for the result yet.
If you know you're not prepared, then you don't do it. You have a lot of thoughts in reference to yourself. You've already made a decision as to how things are going to work out. You're very analytical. This is the type of person I am. Because I'm that way, I do this.
Yes, exactly.
Therefore, I'm going to do
It's
this.
the psych degree in me, okay? It's the psych degree. I know. I'm sorry.
Because of that, you do need to tackle that.
Right.
You can't ignore it, because if you ignore it, you're going down the rabbit hole. You need to realize, okay, this is the type of individual I am. Maybe I should seek some counseling first, because I don't want you to just go out and say, I'm going to change and I'm going to eat healthy, because you're not going to do it.
No, right, exactly. I can't just
You're not
jump
gonna
on
do
the
it.
bandwagon.
It's not going to happen that quickly. I need you to buy into the fact that, number one, you're human. Number two, yes, you will make choices. All your choices will not be the best.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And that's okay.
Okay, right, yes.
You gotta not just say it, but feel it.
Feel it, yeah.
What is today? Today is
8-2.
8-2.
Oh, it's now, you're right, now I can do it, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm. No.
There we go.
All right. You can step off. You can.
Okay. Just put 180 for right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So your BMI is 31.9. Your body fat is 39%. Muscle mass is good. It's at 57.
Oh, that's good.
3%. Your fat-free body weight is 123.7 pounds. Subcutaneous fat is 34.2. Your visceral fat, that's the fat that we don't like.
Okay.
That's high. We gotta get rid of that. That's the fat around your organs.
Gotcha. Yeah.
That one is at 13.9.
What should it be at?
It should be below 11.
Below 11. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
So
All
a little
right.
bit to work there.
Yeah.
Your body water is at 41.8. So we need to improve that a little bit.
What should that be
That's
at?
on the low side.
I did just have a very long pee.
Standard. Yeah, true.
And then couldn't get my bodysuit snapped again.
Over 45.
So you want over 45. Okay, so I did leave my water in the car, so I can definitely
41.8.
start working on that.
Your muscle mass is 116.4 pounds. That's excellent. That is in the excellent range.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, well that's good. Muscle mass is
See
good.
what I'm saying? Your bone mass is also good. It's 7.5 pounds, which is a little on the low side. But it's not too bad. Not bad. It's
Okay,
not
well
bad,
that's good.
honestly. It's standard.
Not terrible.
range.
I mean, I'm sure you've seen worse.
Oh, hell. Your protein is at 13.5%. That needs to increase.
What should that be at?
Your protein, you're tapping at standard.
Okay,
So it's high, low, but high.
But high. Okay, so it should be
anything over 14%.
okay.
Is going to start to be standard. Then when we start getting to 16%, it's excellent.
It's excellent. Okay, so definitely higher protein. Okay.
Your basic metabolic rate is on the low side, so you're burning calories at a low.
At a lower rate.
Lower
That
rate.
makes sense too.
Yeah, especially with what you've gone through and with where the thyroid is.
Right.
So it'd be good just to find out once you settle into your medication
Right.
how things have changed.
Maybe I can come back in like 2 months or so, and once I actually change that lifestyle and once I'm on the medication for a little bit, because it's only been a couple weeks, doing this again and comparing and seeing. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's exactly right. How old are you?
35.
They got you with a body age of 42.
Oh God, that's horrible. Oh God, that's so the manger. Oh my god. Okay, no, we gotta bring that down. So protein's going up, muscle mass is going up.
Water.
Protein.
Vegetables.
Okay.
When you sit down to eat,
Right.
I want you to eat your vegetable first, then your protein.
See, I'm Italian. I like to mix everything in.
I do too.
Come on now.
I do too.
No, you know what? That's where I'm putting my foot down. I'm still mixing my food.
And my husband, oh my God, he drives me freaking crazy because it'll be like,
That's how Chris is.
just this, I'm going to eat just that.
Yes.
I'm like, how do you get
No, I like to do the salad with the meatballs, with the pasta. I'm like, ooh, all the tastes together. All right, so that's fine. I'll try to work on that as much as I can, but listen, one step at a time. Water, protein, and veggies, and then maybe incorporating some more physical activity on top of that. And we're going to start there, and then we'll recheck everything in a couple months, and then see if injections are needed. We can eventually incorporate them in, but let's prepare for this. Let's prepare for that first properly before going head first into it.
That'll work.
Okay. That works for me.
Okay.
That works for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just got my the hell kind of language was that? I just got done my appointment with Julia. I love her so much. She's so freaking sweet. I tried to record as much as I could for you guys, but my battery died in my camera and I just didn't feel like getting up and changing it. I did record the last little bit of her just like weighing me and just kind of like, I don't know, where am I going right now? Literally, where am I going? Why am I choosing this for my life? Anyway, so we just talked for like over an hour, and well, actually I was there for about 2 hours. I told her my concerns and why I wanted to go on them, and we came to the decision, as I'm sure you guys heard, that I wouldn't go on them just yet, because once you're on these meds, you have to be weaned off of them eventually. Like, you can't be on them all the time and like for the rest of your life. So you have to maintain a certain healthy lifestyle. And let's face it, I don't have a healthy lifestyle. Like, I don't eat right. I definitely haven't been exercising, obviously. I stress way too much. So I decided that I'm not going to go on them just yet. She got all of my measurements, like my weight, my BMI, like my visceral fat, I don't know, like the whole 9 yards. I am going to go back in 2 months and get weighed again and get all of my like different measurements again to see how I have progressed with just a healthy lifestyle. Because if I don't change the habits that I have now and the lifestyle I have now, then what are the injections even for? It's going to be a complete waste for me to go in, get these injections just to get back to all the bad habits that I have now of like eating on the go and working too much and whatever. So with all the measurements she took, she could see that I definitely need to drink more water. Like, I drink enough water, but, well, no, I don't, obviously, but I drink water, just not enough water. I definitely need to up my protein. Protein is, like, huge. And then up the veggies, too, to, like, help fill me up with good nutrients. Oh, my God. Good nutrients. And then I'm just going to work on upping my physical activity slightly. I'm not going to jump head first into it. I set myself up for failure. I already have decided in my head that this is the way I am. So since this is the way I am going to fail, basically. I need to change my life a whole bunch first before I decide to get these injections. I haven't even given a healthy lifestyle a chance to work before like making the decision that like, oh, I need something else. It's like, no, Jen, you haven't even tried to like eat healthy and just walk on the treadmill. I need to be held accountable, basically. And I feel like if I start to share my little bit of like weight loss journey, or I don't even want to call it a weight loss journey. I do not necessarily need to lose weight. Like, actually, my muscle mass and all the like muscle numbers that she took were excellent. Like, literally my muscle mass and everything were excellent. I don't need to necessarily lose weight. What I need to do is I need to implement a healthy lifestyle. Like, right now I know there's really no food at home. Like, I definitely need to go to the food store, so I'll probably just make something stupid for lunch, but I'm like starving, so you know, I'm gonna eat something stupid probably. I know that there are other people out there who literally are just disgusted with themselves and wish they could change and wish they could make these choices and have a healthier lifestyle. But I feel like a lot of us, we know that we're making those bad decisions. We still make them because we're sabotaging ourselves. And it's like, that's also not healthy. I find the healthy lifestyle extremely overwhelming, especially because like, who likes the taste of vegetables? Like, sometimes they're nice, but like, you have to learn to cook them properly and like season them properly and actually have them taste good. And it's like, that's a lot of work. But I have to choose better for myself because I have to believe that I deserve better. And I think with this healthy lifestyle, I will find that I will just start to lose weight naturally. I don't want to inject my body with anything if I don't have to. I'm definitely going to try this first. And then if this doesn't work, I will maybe need a little bit of a boost with the injections, but I need to know that I can sustain a healthy lifestyle because the injections only work if you change your lifestyle, basically. Here we freaking go. I just hate eating healthy. Pizza tastes way freaking better. Just saying. Here we go.